Well, it feels like football today in Thousand Oaks. 60 degrees, some cloud cover. There's a chill in the air. DeMarco, Farr, J.B. Long. We love OTAs. We're here to recap them. The Rams were on the field.
We're back on the grass, JB. This is football season. We're here. This is football season right now. I'm calling it.
For the next 3 weeks, it's OTAs, followed by the mandatory minicamp, then a break before we pick things up at training camp. I've got questions. He's got answers.
Yeah.
Before I start peppering you, though, how about a big picture opening thought, DeMarco?
Oh, it's nice to be back. That's number one. And number two, the first person I looked for was number 9, and I saw him in uniform. So I did this big there he is, Matthew Stafford back in the fold, which is always good. So practice popped. They moved around, a lot of enthusiasm, not a lot of confusion. This is the way you want to start your OTAs.
Yeah, the offense is in good shape. Not a lot of footballs on the ground when number 9 is running the show. I don't know about you, but I'm thankful that the quarterbacks wear red this time of year because my Jimmy G acclimation process is still in its infancy stages.
I'm right there with you. You ever had like a root canal or something where they mess with your teeth and you got to like reconfigure your bite?
Thankfully not, but Jimmy Garoppolo gave me plenty of what felt like root canals over the years, so I know where you're going.
It's weird to see him here, but I mean, he's a more than credible backup to Matthew Stafford, but I'm still trying to get used to seeing Jimmy G in a Rams uniform.
And just moments ago, Stetson Bennett with one of his best throws, I think, as a Ram to close out the younger portion of the roster's conclusion to practice, which was a great sign.
Good to see him, yeah.
How about we go to Rookie Watch? Is that a good place to kind of start our conversation?
I saw 9, and then my eyes went to 8 and 55, so you're reading my mind.
All right, so how about Jared Verse first?
I forgot what a first-round defensive end looks like. I mean, when's the last time you saw one outside of Robert Quinn? Von Miller was a special case, but a first-round end, a guy that – you can tell there's a lot there. He's going to grow. He's going to get better. He's going to get bigger. So it's like, wow, this dude is a freak athlete. I see why you're a first rounder.
Braden Fisk next, and whereas like Greg Gaines was sneaky fast, we like to call him the fastest defensive tackle on the planet next to Aaron Donald. Fisk is just fast. Yeah. And he got after it today.
I mean, look, can the camera see all these divots out here?
Those are all his.
This is where the D-line works. This is all him. I mean, his feet are just going so fast. Yeah. Can you come aerate my lawn at home? Save me $100 right there, please.
You had a chance to chat with him?
Yeah, nice guy. How much do you weigh? That's my general question. He said about 290. This is where he plays. So he can play bigger. He can play smaller. So that's perfect for a first-year guy. Let's see what works, and then we'll work on you from there.
Let's go running back next. Blake Corum, a Michigan man if there ever was one, but he's got pistons like Detroit.
Man, but do all the running backs look alike body-wise to you?
Save for one.
Save for one, right? They all look alike, like little bowling balls, you know? I mean, but yeah, Blake Corum is huge. He fits in well. I love the way he's being coached down there. So I want to see him with pads on, but boy, does he pass the look test.
Zach Evans, second-year running back, is the exception that kind of proves the rule. But Boston Scott fits right in with that group.
No, he walked out with us, right? You saw those arms. Same thing. All these guys are big, squatty, and muscular-type guys. You could almost tell the game plan just by looking at the running backs.
I came here today with one thing on my mind with respect to the rookie class, and I was not disappointed. I love Joshua Carty at Stanford. I think I'm going to like him even more in horns. 1-2, thump. It's a nice, easy swing.
It's a nice, easy swing. He reminds me of a friend of mine named Doug Bryan, also from the Bay Area. That same little quick to the ball, it gets up. You can't block it because it's already in the air. So as long as he's accurate, so be it. But it's nice to see a guy go about his business that fast.
We don't need another kicker helping the 49ers win a world championship. He's here to get the Rams
right
back
here. No
to
doubt.
That finishing circle. This time of year, DeMarco, I don't know about you, but I always think it's about the second-year Rams. We're all locked in on the rookie class. But year 2 is normally when the college players make the leap, so to speak, right? We were privileged to see Byron Young and Puka and Kobe and Steve lock down really high-level roles with the 2023 Rams. But let's go back to that class of 23, and I'll give you some names, and you interrupt whenever you want, but like these are the players we should be looking to not just be here and make this roster, but start impacting it.
Second-year guys. Are we going to count? We're going to count Puka? Okay, go ahead. Okay.
No, I mean,
How do you get better?
Puka, Kobe, Steve, they're known commodities. Okay. They're household names. But how about someone like Trey Tomlinson or Jason Taylor in the back end? Nick Hampton, O'Shawn Mathis, now in steep competitions on the edge. Zach Evans, we mentioned. Warren McClendon along the offensive line.
I hope we don't see him.
Because?
Because that means everything is fine and everybody's healthy in front of you. So, I mean, look, he's coming along great, but I hope we never see him all year. Same with Jimmy Garoppolo.
How about Davis Allen? Even without Tyler Higbee on the grass working right now, there's a tight end depth chart. There is a room at that position for a franchise that typically only plays one of them at a time.
There's some bodies there. There's some guys that can take reps. I think it's been something we've been asking for years, but Tyler Higbee seems to keep taking all the reps. There's been no one here that can take reps from him. Maybe that will change this year, and it's all for the good of the offense.
Desjuan Johnson, another one who came on strong in the tail end of last season.
Watching him practice,
more.
he looks like a pro. Watching him practice, he goes about it. The young guys are asking him questions about how to do things. That's a good sign. That means you're taking it seriously.
The teacher on that defense is now Chris Shula. His first OTA practice as a defensive coordinator. Reminds me of Raheem Morris in this way. Comes over, smiles, greets you, says, "Hi, guys." Just like a very personable, except unlike Raheem, he then doesn't take a shot at like something that you've done that's stupid or what you're wearing that looks silly. He just leaves it.
You don't feel self-conscious when he leaves. Right.
Raheem always had a jab, always had to dig.
Oh my
he was
God.
the best at that.
He would get on me about my ankles every other, like lotion. He would just say lotion. Come on, coach, man. I'm feeling good about myself today.
But what was the vibe around a Chris Shula practice?
You know,
did you notice?
he looked comfortable doing what he was doing. Like he was born to do this. Like it's no big shock. Now it's just in OTAs. He's playing the Rams today, so it's a little bit different. But so far, he looks like he is born to do this, and the guys respect him.
How about some forgotten men on his defense? So much has changed on that side of the ball. We've touched on some of it already, but there are still pieces with high-level playing experience competing for roles, if not roster spots, on this team. I'm talking about Bobby Brown, unique to this defensive front and in a contract year.
Oh, no doubt. I mean, look, he's huge. He's wide. I mean, there's going to be – we talked about a big gaping hole at defensive line. Well, outside of him, I mean, he's the guy that has some reps, but he's going to be counted on to be a starter now. Not only just go out there and take reps and do your job, you got to be a leader in the middle. You are the focal point. You are the tip of the spear. So let's hope in a contract year you get the best out of Bobby Brown.
It was great to see so many Rams back on the field, including Darius Williams. Like that a lot. Cannot wait for Trey White to join him on the grass in the secondary. But in the meantime, Kobe Durant is another one of those, hey, maybe we've gotten lost in the shuffle a little bit in terms of what he can bring to the 24 Rams.
Watching him work down there. I was watching for the rookie, Cam Curl. I was watching him doing DB drills, and I kept watching Kobe Durant just by default. And he's a guy that's just coming to work. He could care less about the numbers, who's in front, who's out there. He is just trying to get better at his job, and you have to respect that.
Cam coming over from Washington. How about Darion Kendrick? He's going to get another chance here to fit into this revamped secondary.
Okay, I'd love to say same old DK, but we'll find out. But I heard him before I saw him. Right? He's coming out of the locker room. I heard his voice. I'm like, that's DK, and he walked by. So he still has that swag.
So much to get to over the course of these next 3 weeks plus minicamp. Closing thought before we go. We want to leave you with something to talk with Cameron Irwin about on Thursday.
You know, I'm excited, man. This is going to be a whole lot of fun. I'm excited to talk to Chris Shula. I can't wait to talk to Sean McVay. It's nice to get back to the grass and, get back to, trying to compete for Lombardies again.
Good to be with you, my friend.
Yes, sir.
Love being out here. For DeMarco Farr, I'm J.B. Long. This has been our first OTA recap. Much more to come. Your next installment Thursday after practice.